All right. Hopefully this is actually live and it's actually playing. It sounds like it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mute myself there for a second. I'm here and the topic is am I really an astrologer? Hi, there you go. See you guys there. So the real thing is, I'm Sindy V King, and the big question I get a lot is, am I a really astrologer? And I would say yes. I'm a student of Vedic astrology. I would never consider myself an expert just because Vedic astrology is continuously always changing. And I feel like I'm always learning through Vedic astrology. And what really gravitates astrology to me, I think what I really like astrology is the fact that I got to learn a little bit more of who I am and what I represent in this world and why. I think that's the biggest thing that I always had, or that mindset I always had. Why am I here? And what is the purpose of my life? And that's a really big thing for myself. I just wanted to find out, who am I? Why am I here? How can I help people? Do I get love? Do I get money? Or what's going on in my life? And so that was a big thing for myself. So I got a piece of astrology. I got a reading. And, funny enough, because I didn't really believe in astrology in the beginning, and I didn't even know what type of astrology there was. There's Western. I come from a really corporate world. I'm considering myself as, an accountant during that time period. And that was a big factor for myself, that I wanted to find out, what is my next kind of step? Do I stay in this corporate world or not? And so I made a decision to find out who I was. So I went and did a reading from, a Vedic. I think he does sidereal, because he kind of told me what my ascendant was, and was very different from my Western. So I found out who am I? And I just really didn't buy into a lot of his, his statement. And interestingly enough, I decided to kind of investigate, because I have a background and I have a lot of eight house is all about digging things. So I have a planet there that loves to dig and understand and get a little bit clearer. And that's maybe my Mercury needs to be always constantly stimulated, or maybe that might be the case. And so I was very determined. So I have a really nice, strong ninth house. So the house of education. And yes, if you didn't know, ninth house also represent father figure as well. So, and I had a really strong father figure. And I have to be very thankful that I have met other astrologers or teachers, and took me under his wing. And just not because I didn't believe in astrology, I was more curious. I just didn't believe his reading. So there was a difference. I felt like there was just like, it just maybe the delivery wasn't sinking in, and I didn't understand why it wasn't sinking in. And so, to understand more my temperament, instead of doing the Myers-Briggs, I wanted to have a breakdown of, who am I? How can I resolve this problem? Who can I go to? And things like that. So I went to school as well for business, accounting, philosophy. I'm one of those people consider to be a high achiever, really strong Mars, really. I'm very determined about getting things done, and the way it needs to be done as well. So that's really my strong point as well. And so I practice under the Tropical Zodiac, and under the ayanamsha, like, it just works out for me. I know there's a lot of big debates on what's better, who isn't better. My really misclaimer on that is, everybody has a different metric system, and that's how I see it. Fahrenheit and Celsius, mile, kilometers. It's just a different metric system, and whatever works for you, there's nothing. I don't think there's any wrong with it. But as long as an astrologer, you're really, the goal of mine at least is to help my client to get a solution that they're stuck on. They're stuck on a situation. And, you know, as an astrologer, even if you're seeing a therapist or a psychologist, you don't feel judged in a way. And you need to get, you know, and that's really hard as any astrologer or even a therapist to kind of move back. So I feel like that's really my role in this life is if it's finding the tools that actually help my client to see a better light, or when it's gonna, what's gonna happen, reassurance. You know, yeah, life is tough. It is. And, you know, I have gone through tough time as well. And, you know, that's how I found through astrology. If I didn't look for solution, I sat there, you know, if I had a, like, you know, what do you call a sleepy Mars, just couldn't figure out how to do it. And then I went to astrologer and they couldn't help me. That's really hard. But I was driven for solution. I'm driven solution for my clients as well. So yes, I practice under, you know, I started off with Ernst, and I'm so grateful for him. That brings so much knowledge and just really helped me understand astrology and philosophy. Really, I love philosophy and of life, just understanding who I was with myself. And, you know, I just had to learn that. And astrology isn't all about me, but astrology helps you reflect on who you are, where your weakness is, and how you overcome those things. So I like to say that this is my area of, I like to specialize is, you know, relationships is a big one that I deal with. Understanding your habits and tendency to integrate effective lifestyle to practice specific of your temperament. Everybody has a temperament. So having a self-awareness is a big, important part of it. And how to communicate that. And I think that's a really big goal here. Finding out your, you know, life purpose and those things are so important. So that's really my intro, how I got started. Am I an astrologer? Why am I doing it? And how I became where I'm doing it. And I've been doing it for over 5 years at this point, and still going really strong with it. Love it. It doesn't even matter if anybody told me not to practice this, I still do it. That's just, maybe I have a really big passion in that area, and that's just part of my karma in my life, or dharma, really. Forget karma, it's my dharma. It's really my line of path that where I want to realign that. So I'm looking forward to doing many series and bringing also other astrologers on board just to help understand, you know, Vedic astrology, getting this out to taboo. And, you know, it's not like I don't believe in God. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like I'm not religious. You know, I'm very Buddhist. And so that's my really spiritual practice. And that's a little bit who I am. And I'm excited to do this series with you guys. So I'm looking forward seeing you with the next video. And this is definitely live. So and we can go from there. All right. So have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking to you guys again. Okay. Bye now.